In less than 10 days, the Louisville football team will head into camp to prepare for the 2017 season. Before things get too crazy, today the team had a chance to have a little fun and give back to some of their biggest fans. Katie George has more from the third annual Courage Camp.
It's another day on the practice field for Louisville football players. But the work they put in on Saturday is far more important than any trophy.
Even though we're still doing football today, this is a different kind of football. This isn't them out here grinding football. This is them remembering why they love football and sharing that love with kids who are fighting for their lives.
The Bobby Petrino Foundation has partnered with Norton Children's Hospital over the years to give kids and families an escape from scary realities.
It's nice with all the doctor's visits and hospitals and all the things that come with health issues with the children out here. It's nice to come out here and just forget about all that and have fun and sweat a little and dance a little and laugh a lot.
And the players don't have to be here. Lamar Jackson, Jair Alexander, and many others chose to spend their Saturday morning with these kids and their families.
We just like coming out here, seeing the kids smile, seeing them have a good time. You know, everyone's not as fortunate as others, and that's all right. But they come out here and they excel in a different kind of way.
You know, there's no better way to just regain that appreciation of your own life than being here with these kids.
Our guys look up to these football players so much, and they're such heroes to them. But when Coach Petrino turned it around and said that our kids are their heroes and how courageous it was, I know that meant a lot to our boys.
And most kids don't get to hang out with the Heisman Trophy winner either.
They were blown away. It is not every day that you can make an 11-year-old boy speechless, and today was definitely one of those days.
Reporting from Traeger Field, Katie George, WDRB Sports.
Great time today. Well, this is not the kind of uniform you're used to seeing on the basketball court. But there's a good reason why the Marines were at the Mid-America Sports Center today. This is the U.S. Marine Corps Leadership Academy. It's one of 28 camps the Corps holds across the country. The goal of the camp is to teach sports to teach leadership skills. Former Kentucky Wildcat Eric Daniels was one of the camp's counselors.
Basketball is the way that I learned who I was. I kind of figured out my identity through basketball, and that's what we're trying to show these kids, that you don't have to just be robots. You can do a lot of things through the sport. It's an experience that everybody, I feel, should be a part of, because you learn how to socialize with other kids, you learn how to make friends, you learn how to solve problems, and so that's where I met my fiance at school. So I got a chance to build my family through basketball.
Well, former Kentucky Wildcat Darius Miller was also part of today's camp. Miller making the stop in Louisville before aiming at rejoining the team that drafted him in 2012 after he helped UK win the NCAA championship. Miller played parts of 3 seasons with New Orleans before heading to Germany. His team there won 3 straight championships. The Pelicans offered Miller a contract to come back to the States for a chance to play with former UK teammates Rajon Rondo and DeMarcus Cousins.
I just feel like it's a good opportunity. I feel like it could be a really good team. There's a lot of possibilities that can happen down there. So I didn't want to come back to the NBA just to come back. I feel like I was doing a great job over in Europe, and I was having fun doing it. So, I mean, I just feel like this was the best opportunity for me to get better and grow.
It'll be fun to watch. From a couple of former Wildcats here in Louisville to another back in Lexington. Former UK star Julius Randle held a skills camp today at the Joe Kraft Center. Randle, of course, coming off his 3rd season in the NBA with the LA Lakers. He's really starting to come into a groove as a pro. He averaged highs in points and assists this past year, and his rebounding total wasn't bad either. Randle said today he's a lot tougher as a player, and a lot of that came from experiencing a season-ending injury his rookie year.
Obviously extremely tough. You know, when the game that you love, something you love to do, is taken away from you. But it was also a tremendous growth process for me, you know, as an individual, as a person, and, you know, as a basketball player. So in a way, the year was needed at the same time.
He's a much better player now. Well, much more to come when we return. Check in with Lou City. Boys in purple trying to bounce back from a bad loss to their top rivals. Louisville City feeling the heat in more ways than one. The boys in purple coming off a bad loss to rivals FC Cincinnati. And then tonight, playing in triple-degree temperatures out in St. Louis. It was a hot one. Louisville trying to keep cool and trying to pick up a win against the team they tied in the very first game of the season back in March. They fell behind early, but here is where it turned. 47th minute, second half. Sean Reynolds, kicked right in the face. He's down. He's hurt. Christian Volsky called for a red card. He's done. Louisville up a man, and they would immediately take advantage. 52nd minute. Oscar Jimenez in front, putting it through. His second of the year, and we are all tied at 1. But it wouldn't stay that way for long. 4 minutes later, Jimenez centering. Paco Craig finishing. Louisville City up 2-1. Boys in purple would go on to win by the final of 4-1. Golf at major championships, a round of 63 was as good as it got. Going back to 1973, all the way to Justin Thomas at last month's U.S. Open, that number had been equaled 31 times, but never surpassed. Until, of course, today. History made during the third round of the Open Championship. After barely making the cut at +4, South Africa's Brandon Grace got hot. Par 3, fourth hole, putting deep for birdie. It's in. Grace 5 under on the front 9. Now on 16, another birdie.
Never missed the cut here at the Open.
Oh, you bet. Grace went 8 under today for a record low of 62. He's now tied for 5th at -4. Still got a ways to go to catch this guy. Jordan Spieth adding to his lead by going 5 under in round 3 today. He's up 3 strokes on Matt Kuchar going into the final round. Christmas in July. Not sure how it started, but I do know it's not going anywhere. Today, caught my wife watching a Christmas movie on television, and then tonight at the Bats game, I ran into this. The Bats getting into the spirit of the holiday, which is still 5 months away. You got special jerseys for the players, ushers decked out in special hats. Even the scoreboard was feeling festive. Is that Tyler Goodell or is that Santa? The Bats defense was also feeling stingy. No gifts here from Zach Vinci. Fantastic stop at short. Game remained scoreless. And then the floodgates opened after giving up a solo homer in the 4th. The Bats gave up 4 more in the 5th. Dwight Smith Jr. capping things off with this 2-run bomb. Bats fall by the final of 8-0. Back to soccer and back here. Hard to tell who had more fun at the annual Kicking It with JT camp. The campers or U of L soccer players who help out each year. This is the 7th year of the camp that provides an outlet for kids with special needs. Camp is named for the nephew of Louisville Cardinals head coach Ken Lola. About 50 kids participated this year.
Well, you know, the feedback is really we don't do a whole lot of marketing for this, and the feedback is how many kids continue to come back. And it's overwhelming that when they leave of seeing their kids light up, seeing them celebrated, and seeing them active. All of those things that I think they appreciate the effort we put in.
Wow, good stuff. And that is it for sports. I'm Mike Lissette. I'll see you right back here tomorrow night. We'll have final round coverage of the Open Championship. See you tomorrow.